I'm going to attempt to recreate this coil. It's a yellow 4T. Now this is the yellow former I 3D printed with all the 9 pins in the bottom and the core, which actually is a ferrite bead and not a dust iron. Now the winding starts at about 5mm up, and there's 14 wraps on the main coil. Above it there's another little coil, that's about 4 wraps. But over here on the bottom is another coil wrapped over the bottom of this one. It's only got two wraps on it. So I'll do this coil first. I'll see if I can get that one afterwards. First of all, I'm going to mark where I'm going to start my winding, which is 5mm from the base. And I'm going to wrap a piece of tape around there. I'm just going to use a ballpoint pen and see if I can mark around the bottom of the tape there. Alright, take the tape off. So there we go. Now the main winding starts at pin 1, ends at pin 6. There's 14 turns and it's wound clockwise. Now I'm going to start solder the wire. I'm going to solder it on the first pin where it goes. Originally the windings were kept onto the former with the wax, but I don't have wax, so I'm going to use a very small piece of glue stick. Now, not to ruin my soldering iron, I'm going to use this like chisel bit. I don't use it for anything else, so I'll use that to melt the glue. And I keep the iron around about 150 to 200 degrees. Put a bit of glue on there. Melt it on. Now the original coils they were made of plastic, and you can't really see on here, but the actual winding is melted into the plastic. Now because this is done with resin, it won't melt. Once it's set, I'm going to start winding it. I said clockwise, it's actually clockwise from underneath, it's anti-clockwise from the top. So let's see if we can get the first wind on it. Follow the biro mark as close as we can. 14 winds. 1. Push them together a bit. 2. And so on. Right, that's 14, and the pin 6 is 14.5 turns. I get soldered on there, but before I solder it on, I'll need to put the bottom winding on. Pull it tight. The first winding done. I'm not going to solder that one on because I need to put the small one in, and it has to go under there. This is my finished coil, my finished replica. Getting this small wrap at the bottom was quite difficult. Well, not so bad for the top coil. Now then, once I had it all finished, remember I used hot glue and melted on with a soldering iron. And then once it was finished, I coated it with super glue just a couple of strips of super glue to keep it all together, and then I remove most of the hot melt glue. So there it is. All I need to do now is test it, compare it to this one, which I shall do in a couple of ways in another video. Well, thanks for watching. I hope that was useful. Catch you next time.